The Museum of Everyone is an inclusive portable platform for artists and creatives that aims to amplify a diverse range of voices and perspectives through both artist and community-led collaborative initiatives. The Museum of Everyone is a space for potential, collaboration, original thinking, and action. Our ethos is simple. If you support your community will in return support you. Good evening to everyone and welcome to the Museum of Everyone. So today I'm super delighted to be speaking to Tobi Omoseto. And yes, I did ask for the pronunciation of the surname because it does sound Japanese.
Yes.
So a bit more about Tobi. Tobi is an internationally acclaimed breakdancer and hip-hop dancer. Tobi trained at Broadway Dance Center and the birthplace of hip-hop, New York. He has been dancing for 15 years and is dedicated to supporting the foundations of this dynamic and influential dance form. As curator and director of hugely popular Top 8 at Donlon Dance Festival, Tobi consistently delivers the best of Irish and international street dance to new audiences. Now heading into his sixth year, the event continues to grow in size and popularity, drawing huge numbers of both old and young dancers to the festival. As a dance facilitator, Tobi has designed and delivered youth programs for Dance Ireland, Donlon Dance Festival, Waterford Youth Art, Leash Dance Platform, Cork Tipperary, Carlow and Dance Limerick, teaching in schools, youth groups, and established dance organizations. He has brought his knowledge of hip-hop and breakdance into a wide variety of youth and academic contexts. In 2016, he was invited to share his experiences as part of Dance Ireland's Dance Talks. He has performed his own work at Image Arts Festival, Donlon Dance Festival, Limerick Fringe Festival, What's Next Festival, Leash Dance Platform, Glow Performance, Platform and Dance to Connect, among other festivals and events. On screen, he has performed on Sky's Got to Dance, hit US TV show Penny Dreadful, and in numerous music videos and commercials. Tobi has worked with some of Ireland's leading choreographers, including David Bogler, as part of the core ensemble for the 1916 Easter Rising commemorations in Croke Park. Catherine Young, Liberty Swade, and Tobi joined Lucia Kickham in the studio at Dance Ireland as part of Lucia Hack's residency research for INET, the Warm Up Project. Oh my gosh, Tobi, your bio was just incredible. All these festivals, all these places that you've been in. Like I feel like you've got such a vibrant experience that you carry with you. And thank you for coming to talk to us.
Thank you.
At the Museum of Everyone.
Thank you. Yes. Even reading it back to me, I kind of I get a flashback of the moments that you've just noticed. Yeah. It's been a work in progress, I suppose.
So suppose my first question, if you've been performing for over 15 years, what was your inspiration starting? What has kept you going for 15 years and like made you a success, I suppose, in such an industry that a lot of people, I suppose, along the way would have dropped off?
I never set out to be like a performer,
Okay.
and having a African background, being in the arts is not the first option.
Yeah.
You understand? Your first option is to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, but my parents, so my parents, are both in the healthcare industry as well. So I grew up with a very strict parenting parents, rightfully so, of course. Um, and I actually end up studying I BSc in electronics engineering, and I have another BEng in software development as well, and so on and so forth when it comes to this type of academia. But I suppose for me to keep performing for this long, and the reason why I wanted to actually um, um, basically is for self-expression. It was only for self-expression, and I wasn't doing it for any reason than that. I didn't do it. I wasn't doing it because I was gonna be famous or get money or anything like that. It was literally what, until this day, and probably in the future, either on stage or off stage, I would be moving, I would be performing, and I would be expressing, and either for the masses or for my daughter and myself, or for myself, I will be doing it as a form of a self-expression. I really put the, oh, I'm an artist hat on, um because, yeah, because I feel like everybody is an artist. I don't think it's a privilege to be called an artist, because everybody is expressing in a shape or form in their own little ways.
Mhm.
So by definition, yeah, everybody is an artist, and it's our birthright to express. And I'm just blessed that, yeah, people like what I do, and want to pay for it sometimes, and yeah, that's basically it. Basically, in a nutshell, what keep me going is the need to express. And because of my life experiences and from where I come from, and yeah, I have a lot of expression. I'm a very expressive human being, I suppose.
And it's interesting, I suppose, because I could see like the chunk of hair from your daughter in the
Yeah.
background, and she's trying to look in. And isn't it interesting now trying to navigate this whole online space and, something that wouldn't have been done before, and you're trying to manage parenting or trying to manage work. And it's such an interesting new dynamic that people have really had to adjust to. But
Yes.
yeah, there is something that you really mentioned, that sometimes people want to pay for it, and to really, I suppose, as an artist, to really get your first paying customer, when you're just expressing yourself, I can only imagine. So, in
Yes.
terms of the industry itself, in your experience, what is your take on it? Is it really an industry that people are now opening up to? Is it a saturated market? What's the attitude towards the industry in general? I know you already mentioned, especially, I suppose being from an African background, like it never puts, you are told it will never put food on the table. And you mentioned so elaborately the careers that we are all told, go into this, and I suppose it's for our own well-being. But now going into this industry, what has been your experience now living through that industry, I suppose, with the lived experience? What's your take?
Um. Yeah. I actually, just to go back to the thing about my daughter, and the new working space. I feel like we are so, we want to be so professional that
Yes.
we hide our family, like our family, and lately, even when I'm on the call, I see somebody's cat just walk past the video,
There's
video,
someone's
or
husband,
yeah,
anything.
yeah, or the and you know what, and for me, I feel like, yeah, that's real, that's like
Yeah,
real life. We
it
shouldn't try
is.
paint this picture
Mm-hmm.
that, you're on your own. No, I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
you understand. So I feel, for me, I feel like there's a lot of positivity that came through this pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
even if we find it ourselves some negative, mostly negative, effect it has had on society. But there's a positive effect to take
Yeah,
along with us, and hopefully we don't go back to doing things the way we were doing things, because some of what we were doing didn't make sense.
yeah.
Okay, so just to touch on that point. So my and then your question, how do I find the industry? So for me, growing up in Ireland and living in a little bit in New York, and then living in UK as well. Um, I feel like when I moved down here to Ireland from UK, it was a shocker in the system. Anyways, as it is, 25 odd years ago, and then for me, I did not really see any person of color on stage or being yeah, on stage, even on TV, or I mean on Irish soil, on Irish stage, on Irish TV, on Irish radio. Everything we were looking at that was anything of color was coming either from the States or or UK, especially in this side of the world. Anyways, um, so 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 I fell in love with street dance, and then after that I fell in love with with hip hop. And hip hop, I really took to hip hop because it was one of the places where I just felt completely myself. I can be myself. I like complete be myself. I can like, really express that way. And then not until about, let's just say, 10 years ago, or so, I saw my first. I actually saw the first dance performance that Dublin Dance Festival brought on stage in Ireland. Probably there have probably been black performance, but on this occasion, this was the first time I have seen, and I was very lucky to have been invited to that. And Dublin Dance Festival done a session or a night or a installation around a group of dancers called Taboo Flow. And Taboo Flow are from either Uganda. I think they're from Uganda. And that was the first time I saw it, and I was like, oh, there's a African dance or African dance crew. They had some street dance. They merged breaking with some African step, and for me that was so interesting. So I was like, wow, that was the first time I've seen a person of color bring in Ireland, use their culture with street dance, with hip hop culture. So that really done something to me, and I said, oh, okay, so I can actually perf- like my artist, my art, whatever I'm doing is valid. It's almost like, which is obviously, but which is not obviously, it was always valid, but it was just that I did not see it on stage or put on stage. But when I saw that, from that moment, I made it a decision that whatever I do, um, I will be bringing a group of people with me, in the sense of I'll be bringing a community. So, Top 8 Street Dance Battle really started to showcase. And then if you look at dance, all the dance organization, there's very little street dance there or hip hop. It's all classical dance forms, ballet, contemporary, um, tap, obviously Irish dancing, but nothing street dance. And there's nothing that I can express to us. Um, 2 seconds. I'm gonna tell my daughter to just keep it a little. Okay, I'm back. All right. So what happened was, before you know it, I really just had that really I really felt something in my heart that, um no, like, if there's a dance organization, it should cover all the dance forms. You understand? So I really just push, and at that time there was nothing. There was no one. So I really had to navigate my own space, and yeah, and then only of recent will I say there's more, and it's more welcoming, and that's how truthfully I can put it. There's no other way to put it. That it's only of recent that it is welcoming. It has been very challenging. It's getting better. um and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the next generation, and hence why I do what I do now. It's not just only about me, it's about a group of people that I represent. And I want to be the person that the Ugandan dancers was to me, to another kid, or to another person of color, or to another person that is doing an art form that it's not widely represented or accepted. So, and yeah, and obviously I'm using that to express myself. Yeah, but it's been difficult. It's been very difficult actually. Um, but I strive, and we keep moving, I suppose. Um, did that answer your question, or
Definitely. And you really touched on so many other issues in that. I know I picked up in terms of um, the process. There's definitely a process to it.
yeah,
Today, we can come and say, oh, Tobi, the great, how did you do it? No one really wants to hear the backstory of the challenges leading up. I mean, like 15 years, obviously, there were some challenges along the way, building up
yes,
to that. And so it's for you to really point out your truth in honesty. That is just, I suppose, I commend that. And I suppose also now, like you mentioned, that we can see the shift that is taking place in the Irish society. And
correct.
it's, as you're saying, it's now ready to embrace the diversity, the cultural shift that's taking place. But at the same time, in embracing that, they need to be the people that drive that change. There are people who need to come in and occupy that space, and
Yes,
this is where you're coming in as like a curator, as an industry influencer, like you said, trying to build up for the next generation. So really, I commend that. And I suppose I also commend the new shift that's taking place within Irish attitudes. They are very
absolutely,
welcoming people, and they're very open-minded. And
absolutely.
of late, I suppose, as long as you ask, I feel like a lot of them really now are ready to open doors.
Yes,
They are
yes.
now more open as they get used. So, wow, kudos to you. And thank you for coming on to work with us at the Museum of
Of
Everyone.
of course, and and yeah, just to add that yeah, there's a big shift now. There's a big shift, and like what you've just said, that it's a lot more welcoming, in a sense of, especially in all the European countries, or especially more so, like between, if we look at the neighboring country UK. I'm sure there was a time where they had they had a time to get it right. You understand?
Yes,
And that time passed,
yes,
and now they're only just starting again to try get it right. But Ireland is in a middle moment whereby this is the time to get it right, and we want a healthy mix of cultures,
yes,
rather than us and them.
yes,
It's always this us and them. No, it's we. We
yes,
we we are together. Either be, if you do anything Irish, I will support just as much as if you're doing anything Brazilian, Polish, English, Nigerian, Zimbabwean, you name it, like all across the board. And this is, and I feel like Ireland and the people in Ireland are very open.
yes,
Yeah, I'm to that idea, and welcoming. Like, depend all the countries that I have been to or lived in, Ireland, I have to say, is by miles ahead when it comes to integration and accepting other cultures.
yes. So now let's talk about your current projects. What are you working on? And I know that one of the projects is the Donlon Dance Company dance
Yes.
workshops. Would you like to talk more about that, as well as other projects that you might be doing? Who can get involved in those workshops that you'll be conducting? Who are you collaborating with? Like, just give us a bit more information on how an online dance workshop is going to take place, and hope that I don't ask you to give me a small tutorial of that.
That's what we're doing. We're gonna be doing like boxes, books, and that's what we're gonna be doing. No. So we've actually started, and it's been going absolutely amazing in the sense of the kids or the teens. So they are very willing, and that's what I've found, that regardless, I think the kids are dealing better with change than adults anyways. In general, I feel like kids just kind of get on with it, and all the 12 or 15 of them that comes to class regularly are doing amazing. My goal for this series of workshop is that, not that to make them like amazing dancers in the 12 weeks that we're meeting with each other, but to make them amazing leaders. So using dance as the form. There's many things we can use to create leaders, and I have made sure that I can create leaders just using my art form, which is dance. I actually make music a little bit as well, and I am a DJ as well. I paint as well, actually. Yeah, but yeah, dance is the main thing that I use, and then I'm enabling them, and then these skills that they're learning in the dance class, either be discipline, either be even history, either be assertiveness, and eagerness. All of these they can bring back into their life outside dance. So all of these skills that they're learning, in the 1 hour that I come in contact with them, and it's amazing to see already, and the feedback and the communication that we have between each other, and then the bonus would be would be for us to come out, and we can actually make like a segment of a piece, like a dance piece, using street dance, and then using obviously hip hop freestyle, and then using their own. So the teenagers are going to create their own dance and using what they can do. So it's a merge of them using what they can do and what I can do, and then we fuse it together. So it's a collaboration rather than me detecting. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because by detecting, you are creating passiveness. You're just creating people that will. But I want them to use their brain and to lead. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then yeah. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. Um, so far it's working. There's a formula to it, and it's working, and I'm glad. And it would only work. It's only working because they are willing to participate.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and it's super enjoyable as well. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing with them, and I hope this can continue, and I can see them in some of the event that I run. So I'm a curator of street dance event and club events, street dance events and club events, whereby either be DJing and social parties as well. Because that's where I come from. A part of me in Nigeria, in my hometown, we're always outside from at a young age, partying, dancing, and I try to bring that feel, and to showcase those artists that don't have a voice, more so so the Afro dancer that would never be given a stage to dance in Ireland, all of a sudden Top 8 is creating a stage for those people to be seen. or the kid rapper that is in the is in his house, or cannot get out there. There's a stage there for somebody that want to rap, or the DJ. Just so that's what I that's my expression. It really is. Um um and I was given the commission award. I got the commission award for Mid Cork Summer Festival. That happened yearly, and it's gonna happen this year. So I'll be curating a digital walk and live walk
Hmm.
in June. In June, so it's gonna be digital. It's gonna be digital. So we're gonna focus entirely on a digital walk, not bringing something that is meant to be live digitally. We're creating something for the digital space, and then we're creating something for the live audience. The 15 live audience that we can have, but it will be the best 1 hour of their lives throughout this year. That's my aim. That they will come there and it will be like, oh my god, like yeah, that's my aim. So it's gonna be in Cork in June, and that's what I'm working on next. At the moment. And then after that, then I'll be working on another project in September for Top 8 Street Dance Battle. That's my company that I founded. And again, it will be similar thing, but we make not just for entertainment, but it's for experience. Like you experience when you come there, you experience something. You know that okay, I'm feeling something. I'm not just like it's not just wow, it's not just nice, but you are feeling something.
Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. I suppose even in your expression, I can feel you selling the experience. Like I can see it on your
Yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah.
So you mentioned all these great projects that you are currently doing, and the ones that you're going to do moving forward June and in September.
Mm.
Would you care to share with our audience how people can get in touch with you if they want to get involved, maybe in the next workshop for the teenagers, or whether they want to find out more details about, what to be taking place in June? Where can people get a hold of Tobi and the work that Tobi does?
Literally, literally, it's a search of 3 syllables on Google. Toby space Omo Tesho. On Google, you'll find me straight away on either Facebook, Instagram. Website is coming soon. There's just too much stuff to pack together to create my website. Like there's too much
Yeah.
body of I don't even know where to start looking for stuff to put up. Um, and yeah, once you find me, there is I'm always open. I'm not one of those people that because my work is for people, and it's with people. So my door is almost half open, not open all the time, of course, but half open, and I'm looking, and I'm listening, and I respond. And yeah, and I'm not somebody that like to big up my work, or to be like, or whatever I create. I just want I just want people to experience it, and then let them say it. Um yeah, and I've been actually organizing for over 20 years. So yeah, so yeah, we just make work for people to experience. And my door is open, and anybody can reach me. Tobi Omoseto. Search me on either Facebook, YouTube. I think I'm on Twitter. I think.
Okay.
Not sure.
So you heard it from yourselves, the great Tobi Omotisho.
Yes, yes.
Omotisho.
Omoseto.
Omotesho.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll put down his handles immediately after this. So you can find him on Instagram, you can find him on Twitter, and of course, you can find his great work on our website, the Museum of Everyone. If you head on to our website, if you go on to our Instagram, our social media pages, we're available on Instagram, on Facebook, on
Mm.
YouTube, which is where you also find this recording as well. So it was great, Tobi. Thank you so much for taking your time out to have this conversation with me. And please keep on, trailblazing that industry. Keep on changing the mindset, that is associated with, the music industry, a hip hop artist in general, a break dancer. Keep on defying the stereotypes
Yes.
that are associated with that industry.
Thank you.
As of me and everyone at the Museum of Everyone, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. Have a great evening.
You too.